This is for all the anti-Trump people out there. Before I ask you my question, I want you to know I really, truly feel like I have always been stuck in the middle. I like the right and I like the left. I can appreciate both sides. I can see positives on both sides. I can find negatives on both sides. I have, for my entire life, always felt like I was stuck in the middle. And that I was never pleasing the people on the left when I told them how I felt, and I was never pleasing the people on the right when I told them how I felt, and it always made me feel like I was in the middle. So keep that in mind, please, because I'm not wearing a jersey that's either red or blue. I'm not wearing a jersey. Here's my question. Is it possible that all of the horrible things that you guys have thought about Trump, is it possible that you were misled by the media, a media apparatus that really, really doesn't want you to do the research yourself and think about this stuff yourself and come up with your own conclusions? They want you to oversimplify things. Like something as simple as Trump is literally Hitler. Go on YouTube and look at a compilation of find a compilation of all the times that somebody in the media, Joy Reid, Joy Behar, Whoopi Goldberg, you name your person on the left that said the words verbatim, quote, Trump is literally Hitler, end quote, right? Now, you might not like Trump. Grab him by the pussy might have really, really set you off like it did for me. I was so fucking mad when I heard that the first time it came out. My immediate reaction was anger. So if you're not happy about that, that's totally fine. You're allowed to not be happy about that. But put that to the side for a second and ask yourself, is that comment and are his actions when he was president for 4 years, do they suggest that he is literally Hitler? And obviously the logical answer is of course not. Okay? Certainly, logically, you can acknowledge that of course he isn't literally Hitler because I'm not literally you, right? So let's be real smart about our approach to this. No, he's not literally Hitler. If he wanted to be Hitler, he would have proven it in the first 4 years. And the only reason why you feel like it's possible that that's not true on the left is because you have been completely tricked by the news that you're watching. And I'm sorry to tell you this, but it's true. And remember, I said I'm in the middle. So here's what happened to me. I was a Democrat, obviously liberal, Democrat, grew up liberal, grew up Democrat parents. For me, I can specifically remember the moment that my brain switched on. I was red pilled. I know the red pill moment. Okay. Red pilled / white pilled, if you know what that means, right? So I was sure Trump was guilty for the Russia stuff. I was eating it up. I was watching my Stephen Colbert on late night, just eating it up every single day. Oh, they're going to get him so bad. They got him. I got tricked, right? And then Mueller comes out and says, doesn't say anything, nothing. They didn't find anything, right? They tried their darndest to glue him, to stick him to the wall, and they couldn't. No evidence that he was guilty. No evidence that there was Russian collusion to overthrow the election of the United States of America, right? And what does Colbert say when he comes out? He's sure that Trump is still guilty. There's new evidence is going to come out soon. He knows for sure that Trump is a Putin asset. Made a very inappropriate comment that I won't repeat here. That was technically comedically fine, but I didn't laugh because it was inappropriate and it was way wrong about Trump. And that's when that was it. That was my red pill. I was like, oh, he's not the news. He's not going to tell me the truth. He's going to tell me his feelings and the feelings of all the people that are putting that show together on late night every night. And his monologue and everything is scripted and everything is written, and they weren't going to pivot when it was appropriate to pivot. They were going to push forward no matter what. Talk about a red pill. I was like, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. If I'm driving on a road and I think it's the right road that I should be on, and suddenly I see that the road is gone ahead of me and it's going off a cliff, I'm not an idiot for hitting the brakes and at the very least asking, hey, what's that? You know what I mean? Y'all are just chugging forward like absolutely 100% positive. Everything you've been told on CNN is accurate. And all of this evidence comes out that it's not. But you're not following the news that's going to show you the evidence. You're only following the news that's going to tell you to keep on moving straight. Okay. Now that Trump has won, everybody on the left who was sure that he wasn't going to win, that Kamala was just going to completely smoke him, every single one of those people needs to take a step back and ask yourself, why didn't you see this coming? Because I saw it coming. And the places where I get my news saw it coming. They were pulling up, people were betting money. Like put your money where your mouth is, right? Polls can say whatever polls want to say, and people can lie on polls, but put your money where your mouth is. People were betting that Trump was going to win. The betting odds were going up as we were getting closer to the election. Trump goes on Rogan. Kamala doesn't. Vance goes on Rogan. Waltz definitely doesn't, right? Like, all of these signs from where I was sitting were pointing to that Trump was going to win. So if you got blindsided by Trump's win, it means that you're watching the wrong news outlets, because what I was watching, they saw it coming. They saw it coming. And now the circles that I travel in, everybody is insanely excited. If you're anti-big government, if you're anti-war, if you're anti the harming of children, if you're anti-racism, if you're anti-sexism, then you have to be anti-government, because our government has gotten insanely out of control. And then here comes this outsider, Trump, and doesn't matter if he's like a good guy or a bad guy, he was an outsider to an already established corrupt system. Okay? So if you need to kill a monster, you might want to ask another monster to help you, right? So whether Trump's good or bad, it doesn't matter. He's nowhere near as bad as the established government that has been killing children overseas for decades in wars we don't have to be in. They're the bad guys. They're the bad guys, and Trump is nowhere near as bad as them, and now he's in a position of power to actually fix things. And what does he do? Elon Musk, Vivek Ramaswamy, or RFK. If you haven't read RFK's book, The Real Anthony Fauci, then you don't belong in the conversation about the right way to move forward, because you don't even know who he's appointing. Go read RFK's book. The guy cracked wide open how horrendous our government has been about only caring about making money and letting women, children, and men and people suffer and die. You want to talk about systemic racism, guys? They give vaccines to pregnant women in Africa knowing that it's going to kill the kid. It's in the book. Read the book. Read the RFK book, The Real Anthony Fauci, and it's in there. And if only one page in that whole book is even half correct, your brain will melt, because you will realize how horrendous the establishment has been for decades. And guess what? The reason why you didn't notice was because the mouth telling you that these people are innocent are also not innocent. You thought that the news was telling you the truth, and it turns out that they weren't. It's okay. I forgive you. Everybody forgives you if you just take a second and step back and say, maybe I was wrong about the role that Trump could play in the betterment of the species. Because if he and Musk and all of these people, and Tulsi Gabbard and Matt Gaetz and all these people, if they really are who they seem to be, because they've been on Rogan and they've been on Tim Pool, and I've watched them talk for hours, unlike Harris, unlike Waltz, unlike Mitch McConnell, unlike all these establishment psychos, unlike Anthony Fauci, real people saying real things that make sense. If you listen to them talk for long enough, you're going to start to realize that everything that was told to you about them has been wrong. And that includes Trump. Go watch the 3-hour Trump interview on Rogan. Yes, he's Trump. Yes, he is arrogant. Yes, he's sure of himself. Yes, all these things. But if you're going to be the fucking president of the United States, you better have King Kong size balls, because it's not an easy thing to lead the most powerful country in the world, especially when everybody in the system behind it is corrupt. We want Trump to succeed, and trust me, he's making moves that actually make it seem like things are going to get better in this country. So if you're on the left, take a breather, take a breath. I promise you it's not nearly as bad as you think. Please put it in the comments how you feel. I'll talk to you about it. I'll help you. Remember, I'm stuck in the middle. I always have been. People on the right are yelling at me because I don't agree with them about something, and people on the left are yelling at me because I don't agree with them about something. And I'm like, guys, I kind of see both sides. Can we talk about this? Bah! And they just yell and scream at me. And here I am stuck in the middle. Let's stop screaming at each other, and let's meet in the middle.